Hey, this is Kim, and I am here to orient you on how to order labs on the fly through CPOE in Palm. So when you start out in Palm, your screen defaults to sets and category, but to order things on the fly, order labs on the fly, you want to go over to orders, and you have a look ahead search box, and I'm going to give you some tips on finding exactly what you want by using the search box. So when you start typing in something like CMP, say you want CMP, it's going to start looking ahead as soon as you type. So the first thing that you'll see will be everything with a CM in the name. You have your CMP, which is what you want, and you also have CMV and your CSF CMV, etc. This is the order title, and it's also sorted by category. So your labs are marked with lab, your microbiology, lab marked with microbiology. If you were to have a nursing order or something like that, it would also have a nursing order in the category. So the thing you want is a comprehensive metabolic profile. You select things by placing a check mark next to the box. And if you want to change anything about this lab, you can hit edit. So labs that you order on the patient care floor default as routine priority. You can change that by clicking this drop-down menu. Routine, stat, urgent, select by, highlighting. I'm going to change that back to routine. Date and time defaults to today and now. Series, direction, stop, date, stop time, count, we're going to ignore those for now. I'll get into that in just a second. You don't have to worry about these fields at all. So hit OK to save your changes. And when you complete that, your order comes up to the top of your current orders. The name of the order, priority, time it's due, and the status. When it's a green new like this, you need to save your order by hitting save, entering your PIN, and filing your order. So next time you go into orders, you should see that you now have an active CMP on your patient. Now I'm going to show you how you can order labs to be drawn with a future date instead of today and now. So start by using the search bar to look up the lab that you want to draw. I think I want to draw a sodium level.
Just want to make sure.
So here is the order title of sodium and the category that's lab. So I know that this is the order I want. Check mark to select and edit. So we have it being drawn with a routine priority. I think I'm going to change it to an urgent priority. Date and time defaults to today and now, as I've said. Now you can change this one of two ways. The first way is that you can just start typing in this field. You want it drawn, let's say we want it drawn on Wednesday 4th. It'll accept that. Time, you can type in your time. So now it will be drawn on the 4th at 10 a.m. and that's fine. You can also change it by using this little drop-down menu and selecting on a calendar Wednesday the 4th. I can select here 10 and 0 minutes, or I can type the date here and the time here. There's also a nifty function where I can change it to today now again, the default value of today and now, or I can say tomorrow AM, and it will default to tomorrow at 600 hours. Hit OK to save my changes. And my lab shows up at the top of my new orders. Sodium, lab, urgent priority, to be drawn tomorrow at 600 hours with the status of new, meaning that I have to file my order by entering my PIN. And my sodium level is active to be drawn with an urgent priority tomorrow at 6 a.m. Now I'm going to show you how you can order a series of labs so that you can order, say, a series of lactic acid levels, 3 labs 2 hours apart without doing 3 separate lactic acid labs. So start by using your search bar to look up lactic acid. Great, we have a lactic acid lab. This is the one we want. Check mark to select. Edit to change the details. Priority is here as routine, but I'm going to go ahead and change that to stat. Time due defaults to today and now, so that's when I want the first one drawn. Series, I'm going to click on this field for the first time. So it defaults to N for no, but we want to change that to a Y for yes. Directions, how often we want it drawn. There are a whole bunch of times you can have it drawn that are in this lookup field here. You can scroll through and select. You can say 4 times a day or at bedtime or anything like that. But this also includes standard directions like Q2H or Q6H, however you want. They don't appear in the field here, but Metatech will understand them and accept them if you put them in. So we want every 2 hours, so I'm going to write Q2H, and that's fine. Hit OK, it accepts it. Stop date and time, I'm going to tab past those fields for now. Count how many times I want it to be drawn. I want 3. Tab. And the stop date and time are calculated for me based on how many labs I want, how far apart they are, and when I want it to be drawn. Since I tabbed out of there and N appears in this field, I'm just going to backspace that. You don't have to worry about these fields. If you end up accidentally typing something in there, no big deal, just get rid of it. Hit OK to save my changes. And we have under here in new orders, lactic acid lab every 2 hours. Priority is stat. It's going to be started today and now. Status is a green new, which means I have to save. Enter my PIN. Going to hit file and refresh. So we have our active lactic acid level. It explodes into 3 different labs. So it's as if you ordered the lab 3 different times. Here's the one to be drawn first, second one 2 hours later, and the last one 2 hours after that. They will all be processed with a stat priority, and they are all currently active.